One of the most common blocks people use is easily the wood blocks, but not every single type of seed has easily accessible type of every type of wood. But today's seed is an exception because every single overworld wood type is very easily accessible just within a couple hundred blocks from spawn, as well as the two nether wood types being fairly easy to get to. Spawn might be a little bit of a problem because you spawn right in the bottom of this one river, but after you're drowning you might be able to get yourself up to shore to get yourself some oak wood, birch wood, and right next to that, some jungle wood right off the bat. But it's kind of hard to not notice the fact that savanna wood as well as possibly other types of wood isn't too necessarily far away, because from spawn all you have to do is just head down this one little river right here to get yourself some pretty easily accessible acacia wood, as well as a very steep and very vertical savanna plateau right here. If you manage to climb to the top, you might notice a few things. First off, there's a village off in the distance over there, there's a ruined portal way off in the distance over there, and there's this monstrosity of a mountain over there. And to get to that one mountain, you're going to want to head over in this direction right here, past, oh, look at that, some mangrove wood too. Did I mention yet that all wood types are pretty easy to get? I don't think I mentioned that quite enough yet. But yeah, heading off in this direction right next to this absolutely crazy type of mountain, we also get a dark oak wood over here too. But can I just mention right now how cool this terrain actually looks? I mean, we have ledges, we have very steep vertical elevation, we have jungle, forest somehow at the very top. Like, you have almost everything inside this one singular mountain, as well as on top of this one mountain, because obviously we are missing currently one type of wood type, and that's just because you have to head right the way behind this one mountain, which obviously I'd recommend going around it rather than over it. But yeah, you just head yourself just over here, and we might notice, yep, there is our 7th overworld wood type, just seeing itself right here. And you saw me, I didn't have to travel much more than a couple hundred blocks to get literally every single type of overworld wood type within about, again, 200 or so blocks from spawn. Of course, every single type of seed is, at some point or another, going to have every single type of wood type, but the fact that literally at spawn, minus being underwater, you can physically see almost every single type of wood type from where you are is kind of crazy to actually think about. As well as, again, the building possibilities on this one seed are insane, like with these crazy mountains with some relatively flat areas, and as well as, of course, this one village over here, which can easily get yourself started with food, with iron, with everything else you're going to want to start off with. And of course, not far from that one village is that ruined portal we checked out earlier, which just so happens to have 2 bits of obsidian and inflamed steel already inside, which already makes it that much easier to actually get yourself to the nether. And as we can see, as we could go through, we can see that, one of them, you know, literally just right here. But of course, so far, there's one wood type missing, and I think easily this is the one, caveat to say that even though most of the wood types are pretty easy to get, the last one, the crimson wood, is a little bit more tricky to get, because this one is around about 300 blocks out in one direction, but fortunately, everything is completely connected by land, because if we just head off in this direction, we can see, yep, everything is still connected by land, everything is still fine, relatively easy, so long as you have a golden helmet or some form of golden something on, then you should be a-okay in coming through this one biome. Keep going in this direction, keep going, and here it is, the 9th and final wood type. Again, a little bit further, but at least all connected by land. But yeah, despite the last one being a little bit trickier to get, all 9 wood types are fairly easy in actually obtaining within the first, like, you know, 20 or so minutes within spawning inside of your world. You know, even less than that. I think someone could get all these wood types within probably 10 or so minutes from spawning inside this one seed. And in case you are heading out to get yourself some warp wood, you might as well head off in this direction for a little bit too. Because just over here, we not only get a Soul Sand Valley, but we also get ourselves another fortress inside the Soul Sand Valley. Which again, even though everything's kind of far out a little bit, it's still cool the fact that everything is connected by land in some way. Speaking of everything being connected to everything, this village in particular, kind of isn't. I mean, it is about 1,000 blocks out from spawn and things like that, but it is still definitely worth heading to because, obviously, villages always have a chance of spawning in with these types of structures, which just so happens to have this type of thing. But honestly, apart from those few exceptions, you pretty much have everything you're going to need right at the vicinity of spawn. And with that, thanks for watching, and I'll see you all later.